It has been really exciting races and okay, maybe even quite wild.
The ideal preparations for him. This man had a really big crash yesterday.
Third his last three results. What's in store for Bez here today? Pablo Nieto is with Simon.
Thank you. Talk soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Pablo Nieto. Bezzecchi,
somewhat of a surprise. He had quite a positive one-day test session behind
Hey, Navarro just next to Aaron Canet on that fourth row. Let's hear from Luca Boscascori now. He's with
down the pool and the possible starting first rover.
Number 44. 21-year-old then.
Agura, Lowe's and Chantra go from row 3. Liquimoli intact GP teammates Marcel Schrotter and Tony Arbolino go to this morning. Hector Gartho, Hafiz Cyrene and Albert Baltzather is incredible save at turn 5 on Friday, goes from row 9. Kierski there in 31st. Well, last time out in Mugello 7 days ago, we had a cracking Italian Grand Prix. Remy Gardner and Ralph 2021. What can the likes of Marco Bezzecchi and Sam Lowe's do coming from 8th and 10th?
The Grand Prix of Catalunya underway. Good start from Gardner. He immediately crosses over the front of his teammate Ralph Fernandez, who did not get the best of starts.
Filter through safely through the first two corners. Now the long sweeping right-hander to be tackled at turn 3. Poleman Gardner leads.
One of the Italians. Ben Snyder into turn 5.
Yeah, nicely done. Aaron Canet a bit further back there in 5th place. Coming under pressure from Bezzecchi. No way through from the Italian though, who's had a strong first lap.
At the front to a victory.
Well, we saw
Mind you, he did in Portugal, didn't he, sir?
Ben Schneider in 3rd, Vierge 4th after a good first lap. Fernandez there in 5th. Bezzecchi's your top.
Warm up the American.
Yeah, it just shows how much time you can lose on those first couple of laps. Roberts.
Lost him points in the championship and may have just interrupted his momentum and his confidence a little.
Yeah, at the back of his mind, Steve, you know, of course he...
Tamina, mandalikaracingteam rider, who was World Supersport bound until the late deal with the SAG team came a wingman, but the way he's been riding this year, he could also easily win this world champion. Thinking about a move there on fellow Spanish rider Augusto Fernandez in the battle for 6th, just behind.
Slightly quicker by about 1/10 of a second. Canet's going to have another look up the inside of Augusto Fernandez in the braking zone for the first corner, and he's going to find a way through on his compatriot as well. Eases up the weekend for Lowe's to pick up his pace and find the rhythm of the top 3 men. That's exactly how it's playing.
I don't think they're listening to you, Matt, unfortunately, because Canet's just gone back through on Fernandez again into turn 10. There doesn't look to be a huge gap between them, though.
No, not at all. That's how close the gap is here in Barcelona. You just wonder whether Gardner's experience might pay dividends late on here.
And Aaron Canet exchanging positions once more for 6th.
Real them in while they've been dicing it out, so they've got problems coming from the Japanese.
Been overshadowed by Raul Fernandez, but he shouldn't be going without any mention in the screen. Where has Aaron Canet gone? He's gone down. That's where he's gone. He's crashed at turn 5.
The exchange and battle with Augusto Fernandez.
Just exceeding track limits slightly there was Raul Fernandez on the fast right-handers. Antonio, so starting to find some rhythm now.
Yeah, 1.4 seconds adrift of Agura. He's got plenty of time to reel in the Japanese man. We're only on laps. Ramirez, another Spaniard that's gone out of this Grand Prix.
Oh, Ben Snyder doing well, hanging on in there for 3rd ahead of Xavi Vierge. Vierge would dearly love a podium to end this barren run that he's been on. The 24-year-old from Sam Lowe's at 44.2. That's 3/10 quicker than the 2 guys out front.
Yeah, the problem is Sam Lowe's I'd have a battle with the Spaniard, a bit like Canet was doing.
Marco Bezzecchi, it seems, is MotoGP banned as well as Remy Gardner for 20.
Fernandez will certainly be getting a good close look here at Gardner to analyse his strengths and weaknesses. Ben Snyder hanging in there as well. He can't slack a mid-144s, but he just cannot break under 1.2 seconds to the rookie ahead of him.
Really impressed with Ben Snyder so far.
Yeah. In a couple of weeks' time, when was the last time there was a podium finisher from Holland in the Intermediate World Championship? Wilco Stroll.
Before then moving over to NTSRW Racing. This is his first shout on.
Attacking Remy Gardner, down there in the braking zone for turn 1. Fernandez makes his move. Now then Gardner can have their moto2 career. Some big names have tried as well to crack it on a Petronas Sprinter racing machine. Posini, Folger in the past.
The thing is...
And he's on course for it as well. Still a long way to go. 9 laps and a couple of corners. He's not out of
those having a good race. Sam Lowes will be ruining his qualifying position because, again, he's still lapping quicker than the leading quintet.
do with adding some silverware to the cabinet this weekend.
Well, you never know, Matt.
Stranger things have happened in the Grand Prix World Championship.
Things can turn so.
Fernandez, and that's it. So you've got to give credit to Fernandez for keeping the Japanese man at bay. He himself is having to dig deep for mid-144s.
Time's right, because at the moment, Raul Fernandez, despite leading, he cannot shake off Remy Gardner. Here comes Xavi Vieque then, up the inside of Bo Ben Snyder, and he moves up into third place.
The Dutchman behind him, who will not want to lose the podium. He certainly won't want to lose the top four, because Bezzecchi still right there. Half a second the gap already on this lap. Right at the start of it, Vieque got through, and with clear track ahead of him, he's already been able to gap away from the 64 bike and Ben Snyder.
He's forward and chased down Xavi Vieque.
Well, he had to make the moves because he saw how quickly Vieque was able to streak away from Ben Snyder. So he couldn't afford Vieque with that clear track to get in.
It's much easier to try and win a race when you're only battling one other rider. Through turn 10, nothing really to split between Fernandez, fourth respectively. Not a great weekend here for Cameron Beaubier either, after a brilliant ride. 7 days. Is it just a matter of time before he challenges Raul Fernandez? That last lap, they both did 1:44.4s. Gardner here is turning the wick up. Can he hold on though? Or is it just a matter of time before Remy Gardner pounces position? Track limits warning now for Raul Fernandez as well. The race leader, still 4 laps to go.
Couple of ex-Moto3 rivals fighting there. He was never Fernandez, doesn't he? Is he going to try and make the move now with 3 laps to go in the slipstream of the number 25? Perfect in the... Yeah, he's all for him, but whenever he's needed to just make sure he brings it home, thinks about the championship, thinks Gardner. Oh dear, that doesn't look good, does it? Another brute.
Oh, that was...
Because he was sick.
Moved his hand a little bit early, and Gardner was able to judge this one to perfection.
Peter in this one, it just looked like he had left a little bit, and then...
He is the favourite for this Moto2 World Championship.
Yeah, you wouldn't argue on those tough bikes, and look at him on that machine now with a good team and good bike under him.
How often everything that's coming his way, and MotoGP contract in his pocket, and back-to-back victories.
His head down and put a lot of load into his tyres, and Remy just took advantage when he needed to, so very clever, and 2 wins on the bounce.
He's a really affable rider, isn't he? As we take a look at Jake Dixon, came across in 18th in the end, so did pick off Bobby.